First there was hope, then terror, then paralysis. In 1993, Israel signed the Oslo Accords with the P.L.O, hoping the terror organization was serious about peace, a deal giving the Palestinians control over their own population areas in the West Bank and Gaza Strip, pulling Israeli troops out of the towns, the first step towards a future peace treaty. Times were changing. Jordan made its own peace with Israel. Hopes the new Middle East was around the corner. Then the Prime Minister was shot, Yitzhak Rabin murdered at a peace rally in Tel Aviv by a religious extremist who said he was acting on God's orders to stop the peace process. Palestinian terror group Hamas also vowed to sabotage the accords, blowing up buses in Tel Aviv in a wave of terror. Israelis got cold feet. In 1996, they elected Benjamin Netanyahu, a young right-wing leader who led protests against Rabin's peace efforts. But the withdrawal from the West Bank continued. In 2000, a bid to end the Arab-Israeli conflict at Camp David, the Palestinians rejected Israel's proposal for a Palestinian state. The talks collapsed, the situation exploded. Over 1,000 Israelis murdered in a wave of suicide bombings. Israel responded by taking back the West Bank towns and building a security barrier. Hardline leader Ariel Sharon wanted Israel out of the Gaza Strip. He split his own party to pull back Israeli settlers and soldiers out of the Palestinian enclave. The experiment collapsed. In 2006, Islamist group Hamas won the Palestinian legislative elections. In 2007, it overthrew its rival Fatah in Gaza in a coup. Rockets were still being fired from Gaza to Ashkelon, Ashdod, then Tel Aviv. Israel blockaded the Strip and was sucked into 3 bloody rounds of conflict. Operation Cast Lead, Operation Pillar of Defense, Operation Protective Edge. Building an Iron Dome missile system to blow rockets out of the sky, releasing over 1,000 Palestinian prisoners for one abducted Israeli soldier. Israel ended its occupation of southern Lebanon in the millennium, but in 2006, a second Lebanon war, a conflict against Lebanese Shiite militia Hezbollah, rockets raining down on northern Israel, troops pushing into Lebanon. A year later, a daring secret raid to destroy Syria's nuclear weapons program. Israeli Prime Minister Ehud Olmert tried to negotiate a peace deal with the Palestinians. It didn't work, and the United Nations gave the Palestinians non-member state status. Olmert went to jail for corruption, joining former President Moshe Katsav jailed for rape. Meanwhile, Jewish settlements continue to grow in the West Bank, the occupation deepening.
I'd like to welcome you again to
Another peace push under President Obama ended in failure. The Arab Spring exploded around Israel, bringing down the regime in Egypt and dragging Syria into now 7 years of civil war. Iran drawing closer to Israel's border. A spree of Palestinian stabbing and car ramming attacks. And still the Israeli economy grew, a hub of creativity and innovation, generating world-changing startups.